What's up YouTube, this is iTweaks here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a double unboxing. One of the iPhone 5S in space gray, and the other on the iPhone 5C in blue. Now I waited a long time in the line, in the rain, for these two devices, so let's go ahead and get started. Now the first one that I want to look at is going to be the iPhone 5S. So you can see here that it has that picture of the iPhone 5S right there on the top. You have iPhone 5S right there, the Apple logo, iPhone 5S again, and another Apple logo right there. So let's go ahead and lift the lid here. And there is the device right there. So that is the iPhone 5S. And you can even see right from the get-go, look at that home button. That is a awesome looking home button. So let's pull this thing out. And before we actually look at the device here, let's go ahead and look at everything else, and then we'll come back to the phone. Alright, so here is the tray here that just holds the iPhone. You guys are familiar with that. And here is some of the documentation. So this just says designed by Apple in California. And then if we open this up, there's just some documentation here for the iPhone 5S. And it just tells you the diagram of basically where the buttons are and everything. And there's some little more information there on the back. And here is some more iPhone info. And here are the infamous stickers. So let's set this aside for just a second, and now we will look inside of the box. And here are the Apple EarPods. So we've all seen these before if we've gotten an iPhone 5. They work really well. They're much better than the previous version of the earphones. And right here we have the USB power adapter and the Thunderbolt cable right there. Alright, so let's go ahead and set this aside. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the iPhone 5S. So the first thing that you're going to notice here, if I can focus in, is that home button. Look at that home button. That is made of sapphire crystal, and you can actually see the ring around the home button, which is actually what activates the sensor for the Touch ID or the fingerprint scanner. Now you can tell from this angle that it's actually really flat. There's not much concavity to it like on the iPhone 5. Now if we look on the edges here, you can see that it has the volume rocker and the mute switch right there, as well as the power button up here at the top. And you can see the color right here. Let me focus in. It actually has more of a steel color look to it than the black iPhone 5, which actually has a blue tint. So here if we look at the lens or the camera, you can see here this is the dual LED flash right here on the far right. There's a mic right there in the center and the actual camera right there on the left. Obviously there's a SIM card slot. And down here on the bottom, if we look at this, here's the headphone jack, the mic, the speaker, and right there in the middle is the Thunderbolt port. Now pressing the home button actually feels a little bit different than pressing the home button on an iPhone 5. It feels like there's some padding in there. It just feels a little muffled, rather than that real crisp click that you get from the iPhone 5. Another thing to take note of is the chamfered edges right here. So on the iPhone 5, let me focus in if I can. There we go, a little bit. So you can see those edges right there. Now on the iPhone 5, they were very easily scratched and nicked and cut. So hopefully the iPhone 5S isn't going to have that problem. Alright, so now let's set this aside, and now we'll look at the iPhone 5C. So there's the iPhone 5C here. Let's go ahead and take the top off. And it's actually in packaging just like an iPod Touch. So let's go ahead and take this sticker off here. So a little bit difficult to actually get out of the casing there, but there is the blue iPhone 5C, and we'll take a quick look at that in just a second. Now let's look in here. So of course you get the little hello there, and then you get the same thing that you got with the iPhone 5S, just a little diagram of the buttons and everything with a little bit of information on the back. Here is your SIM card remover tool. And there are the two Apple stickers. And again, this stuff is exactly the same that was in the iPhone 5S. So you get the earpods, the USB power adapter, and the Thunderbolt cable. So let's put that aside and let's look at this bad boy. So the first thing that you'll notice when handling an iPhone 5C is the feel of it. It feels completely different than you'd actually think. It's very slick, and if your hands are real dry, like when I was at the Apple store and I was picking these up, they actually want to slip out of your hand. Now you can see an edge there, but it's kind of hard to feel it. I mean, it's really uniform and it feels really nice in the hand. So if we just look at this, here is the camera lens as well as the flash and the mic. And of course, here is the mute switch and the plastic volume rockers, as well as the plastic power button up here. And if I can focus in, there's the SIM card tray. And down here on the bottom is the headphone jack, the mic, the speaker, and the Thunderbolt cable. And this button presses exactly like the iPhone 5. Alright, so here's a quick side-by-side of both of these devices. So you can see a little bit different there on the bottom. SIM card basically the same, top the same. All exactly the same layout. So let me know what you guys think about the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S. Are you getting one? Have you gotten one? What colors did you get? And which one do you like better? Let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of my videos, then go ahead and subscribe. Also, don't forget to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter for updates. And if you haven't checked out my gaming channel, go over there and stop by and say hey. Alright guys, until next time. Peace.